Good day and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to look at how you can draw a floor plan with EdrawMax. Okay, so the first thing, we open the app. So you go to your start menu, you look for EdrawMax and then open it up. Then you wait for it to load. So as you can see, it's loading. The EdrawMax is loading. Okay, so it's in. Okay, so when you see this, the first thing, since we are drawing a floor plan, we are going to look for a floor plan template. Yes, but before that, as you can tell from here, EdrawMax is not an architectural software. In fact, it's a multi-use software. Do you get it? So if you look at my screen, you can see basic. Do you get? Then under the basic, we have flow charts, mind map, organizational charts, graph and charts, form. Do you get it? So apart from what we are going to use the EdrawMax to do today, you can see the other thing that we can do with EdrawMax. Do you get it? Now when I go to the business, as you can see, business management, do you get it? When you click on them, like there are templates there that you can quickly use. Do you get it? And then when I go to engineering, see we have the industrial engineering. When I click on it, see the templates here. And I click on floor plan. Today we are going to do floor plan. You can see templates or sample floor plans that have been done. Like these ones are not works that I've done. See, they are already in EdrawMax. Do you get it? When I move to IT, you can see the samples or templates. When I go to education, you get graphic, see, science and education, graphic organizer. They are all these samples and templates. So as you can see, so it's more like it doubles as how should I say it? Graphic design, infographics. Do you get it? And then illustration, illustration. But then you can also use it for floor plans. Do you get it? This is especially useful for people who are not so much into drafting software. Maybe you need an app that is not too much, or that is easier to use. Do you get it? Compared to the apps like ArchiCAD, AutoCAD, Revit, ZWCAD, like those ones that are there particularly for drafting. You see, this app EdrawMax is more of drag and drop. Do you get it? Which makes it easier for people who are not so much into drawings or drafting as a whole. Do you get it? So just follow me carefully. I'll teach you how to draw a complete floor plan with EdrawMax. Yes. So the first thing we do is we have to open a floor plan template. So where do we go? We go to engineering. You get it? Then you click on the floor plan. Do you get it? Then you come to blank drawing, like you can see. So we click on blank drawing. Then this tab open. Why should you have gone through the step that I went through? Why? Like, is there another way? Somebody will just come here. You come here, then you are like open. Do you get it? Or just click on new. Now, when you click on new, you still have to choose the floor plan. You get? So this is actually another way that you can actually do what we just did. You get? So just note this. So back to our drawing. Now when we create a new one, you see that EdrawMax opens a tab. So we have drawing 1. What we opened was drawing 1. See, if I go back, then new, click on floor plan. See, it opens another tab, drawing 2. You get it? But for the purpose of our drawing, we just only need 1. So let's just use drawing 1. You get it? Now as you can see, I'm scrolling up and down, and I'm using the middle mouse button, just rolling up and down to scroll up. Now if you want to zoom in, you hold control, then use the middle mouse button. So I'm zooming in. If I roll backwards, I zoom out. Do you get it? So to quickly, another way you can quickly, or first way you can do this is to use these two buttons here. You get it? These two buttons. So this is the page width. It will zoom so that it covers the full page width. And this one is what? Whole page. When you click on this too, the whole page will be shown. You can also use this, where you use percentage to determine your zoom. You can zoom to 400, you can zoom to 50%. Do you get it? Then another way is to use this plus and minus button. To plus to zoom in, minus to zoom out. Yes. So as you are zooming in with the plus, say the corresponding percentage is shown here. So these are ways you can zoom in and then zoom out. But personally, I prefer using holding the control button and then using the middle mouse button, rolling in and then rolling out to zoom in. Now before we draw anything, we have to set our page size. And how do we do that? We go to design, then we look for page size, then we make sure it's A3. You get it? After you click on it, you just make sure your orientation is landscape. Now we are done with our page size. Now for someone who may not really be comfortable with this grid, maybe you don't really like these grid lines as I'm seeing here, you want to get rid of it, just go to view, and then you see, just turn off this by clicking on the grid line. See, it's not there anymore. You get it? If you don't like this ruler here, just click on ruler. But I, for one, I like the ruler and I like the grid. You get it? The ruler is a way of just like it assists you in your drawing. Do you get it? We'll look at that at another time. For those of you who have graphic design background, I mean, like this would not be something that is new to you. So back to the floor plan. So we have an empty page here. You want to draw our floor plan. And usually when you are drawing a floor plan, you start with the wall. So how do we draw a wall? First of all, look at the buttons here. You get to see we have my library. My library is where you store your own customized symbols. Do you get it? Then there are other tabs to where you have other symbols. So like for example, you have the doors and windows tab where you have different kinds of doors and window. You get it? So if you want to draw a wall, you click on wall shell and then structure. You can use this to draw a whole room, but then let's take it one at a time. So we have an horizontal wall, and then we have a vertical wall. We have a curve wall, we have an outer wall. We can use any of them. To do it. So let's use the vertical wall. That's this wall. So to draw the wall, what you do is that you click, hold, or just drag and drop. Drag and drop is click, hold, then move to the location you want it to be, then release. Now the wall has been drawn. See, as the wall is drawn, it comes with a dimension 3122 mm. This can be changed. How do we change this? You go to settings. Before you continue to draw more walls, just make sure that your drawing is scaled right. For the purpose of this drawing, I'm going to change my scale to 1:100, and then my unit is in millimeters, so we'll keep it that way. Then I'll use show all wall. Show all dimension, so that as I'm drawing the wall, the dimension will show. But then this is not the shade that I want to use to represent my wall. Usually when I do this, this represents a concrete wall, but that is not what I want to show, or that's not what I want to represent. So I will have to change the hatching of this wall. But before we go into changing the hatching, we have to make sure that our wall is the correct width. Usually we use 150 for a wall in architectural drawings. Yes, that's in Ghana here. I'm talking in reference to Ghana, because it's just a masonry wall with renders. Yes. But for the purpose of this floor plan, we are going to use a wall width of 200. So how do I make sure that my wall width is 200? You just click on this button. See, it shows wall thickness. Wall thickness 200. 200 is already there, so I don't have to change anything. Yes. And if you are sure, or you are 100% certain that all your walls will have the same thickness, you can use apply to all walls for it to match all the walls. That is assuming if you are done drawing all your walls. But with this floor plan that we are drawing, or we are creating, all the walls don't have the same width. You'll see in a bit, so I will not click on this button. I won't check it. I won't check it, and then you go back to the wall. Now to change the hatching of this wall, what do I do? Now, see, when I select this wall, there's this button here. You get it? Sometimes it's in this way. You see it like this. So to expand it, just click here. These two less than buttons here. Then it will expand it. You get it? Then you have fill, line, and then shadow. Do you get it? So as you can see here, our fill here is solid. It's a solid fill. That is why we are having this, and the color is ash, as you can see here. But that's not what we want to represent. So what do? You click on pattern radar, then you see ash. That's changed here. There are so many patterns you can use, but the default is actually what we want to use. So we change the color to black, and then we are done. But then you may want your, let me zoom in. You see, okay, so as you can see, the hatch is black in color, but then the line, this line is not really black, it's kind of ash. So how do we change it? You go to line here, then you see, we change it to black, then it changes. Do you get it? If you want it to be thicker, you change the line width. You change the line, you just increase it, then you have what? A thicker line. Let me leave it at 1 point. Okay, so I zoom out. I'm using the control and then the middle mouse button. So I have my wall set to the right scale, 1:100. I'm showing wall dimension, and my thickness is 200. Okay, so that's good. Now, to make sure, or to make it easy for me to get this wall, to quickly drag and drop this wall, I add it to what? Library, my library. Yes, so when I do that, it is going to show at my library. Yes, so it's here, wall 200 mm, which is okay. Sometimes it gives it an awkward, weird name. Let me be sure that that's it. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. So let me delete it. Let me see. Okay, so this one are walls that I have already. Let me drag this one. Okay, so this is my wall. This is the wall that I just saved, but the representation looks different here. So I have to change the name. So I modify symbol and I change the name and I make it wall 200 and then you get it hatch. Then click OK. So when I do that, I've saved it. I can delete this one so that I don't confuse them. I delete this one, so I have my wall here, another wall here. Let me delete. Okay, so this is my horizontal wall. To make it easy to just drag and drop and then make the necessary changes. Now at this point, my wall's internal diameter is to be 3900. Do you get it? But then I don't use 3900. Let me say 3900, the US way of saying it. I don't use 3900. Why? Because usually this dimension covers from this here to here. Are you with me? But then if I draw a vertical wall, I'm bringing a vertical wall here. I'm going to make the same changes. The wall is 200. 1 is 2. Okay, so I just have to change the fill pattern. Hatch is black, and I go to line, make it black, then click this at 1. Okay, so that's for my vertical wall, right? So I add to library. Okay, it's here. Then I rename I modify symbol, and I do say vet wall 200. So vet wall 200. Yeah, then I click OK. So now I have it here by default. Now the reason I'm saying that, like, follow me carefully. You see, with this wall, the dimension shown here is 3900 or 3900 or 3900 mm. You can see that is, say if that is the internal diameter that I want to use for maybe a part of the wall in a room, I don't use 3900. Why? Because when I bring a wall here or I join a wall to it, what happens? You see, it takes the 200, the wall thickness is 200, it takes 200 from it. So when I measure, let me copy this. Now I'm going to copy this one here. Do you get it? And the fastest way to do that is to hold Control, then click, hold Control, then drag. Do you get it? Then it is okay. So now I have this. You see, it is shown here that the wall's length is 3900, but mind you, this 3900 is from this point to this point. If that is what you intend to do, correct. But then if you are actually looking at the internal diameter, you see that when you measure it, you get it wrong. So I'm going to use dimension to measure it. As you can see, the dimension tab is not here. So what do? I go to more symbols, then I go to floor plan, then at floor plan I come here, see the arrow here, then you look for dimensions. Do you get it? So okay, so I have it a dimension, then I tick or I check. So once it's checked, automatically it shows here to dimension. Do you get it? Then I'm measuring an horizontal distance, so I drag, then I drop here. Yes. So this is the buttons that I use to measure. So I click, it snaps, and I click again, then it snaps. Now what do you have? See that the internal dimension is what? Sorry, let me make that really clear. Okay, so you can see that it's 3700. So what's the difference? The difference is what? 200. Do you see it? So usually what is best to do is that, let's say you know that your internal diameter here, sorry, your internal room distance is 3900. The safest thing to do is that intentionally add the width of the walls on both sides. Are you following? So this is 200, this is 200. So what do? Instead of 3900, I add 400 to it. So 3900 plus 400. I'm going to get 4300 or 4300, then I change it here like this. Okay, so as you can see, and this my wall has changed. Yeah, I can just delete it. But then my wall is still 4300. Yeah, then I drag another wall here and I leave it here. Okay, now I'm going to measure again. Okay, so we are having 4100, but then we are looking for 3900. So then what do we do? Then it means that we have to take 200. Yes, we are going to take 200 from this one. Double click. Then if I take 200 from, I'm going to get 4100. Do you get it? Then delete this one again. Draw another wall. I redimension. Okay, so now it matches. So you see that the wall length is 4100, but then the internal diameter of this room is 3900. Are you following? So you have to take note of this. I think that one safe thing you can do is that as you draw your wall, you dimension. As you are drawing, your dimension, just to be sure. So I can bring this straight to the corner. Don't drag, just use this button to bring it down a little. So we are done with this side. So we'll continue drawing with the wall to get it. So now this side, the length is we have 6300 plus. Okay, I'm going to mention it in figures now. So 6300 plus 3000, that's 3000. Yeah, that's 3000. So with this one, so we are going to get 9300. 9300. That is excluding the wall thickness. So 9300. I'm going to add the thickness of one side. So 9300 plus. So 9300 plus 200. I'm getting 9500. So that's the diameter I'm going to, that's the distance I'm going to use for here, 9500. Then voila. Okay, so you can see that it has changed it has affected this my wall. So I use Ctrl Z, I go back. Now instead of this one is gone. Okay, so let me go back. So I drag here and see. I can move this to here. Zoom in. See, I can just altogether delete it, then drag another dimension again. So like this. Let me move this one. Okay, then I move the buttons here, then here. Okay. So because I want to ensure that this doesn't move, you can just click on it, then right click. Sorry, so you click on it, then you come home, then you come to lock. With the lock, you have things that you can lock. Okay, so you can lock it, and from here you can choose. When you click on the lock button is at the home tab. You use the down arrow, you can lock the width, the height, the X and Y position. So let's just lock the X and Y position so that it doesn't move. So you see that once it's locked, you can't move it. It's not movable, both in the X and Y direction, so that it doesn't move at random. You can do same to the wall. So we lock it X and Y direction. Well, it doesn't mean that we can't add. Sorry about that. We can't add. We can see the width, the height. So what is going to happen that this wall can't be moved. It won't move. Now we need this one to be 9500. We need it to be 9500. So then what do we do? Okay, so I click on this, double click the middle here, then 9500. Let's see what happens. Our wall moves again. So Control Z, you go back. It even affects our dimension. Okay, so we go back again, back. Okay, so the best way to do this is to you click on your wall, just delete it, then go to my library, I click and drag, you get it. Now before I join the wall, I make sure that it's at the dimension that I want, so I double click, then 9500. Now I get the length that I want, then I move it now, then they meet. You see, I have my width here and there. Now to make sure that my width is correct, now the actual value was 9300, but we added 200 as the width to make it 9500. Do you get it? So I have to dimension it to use it as a check so that okay, so we are having 9400. So we use this one to move it here. 9400, but we want it to be what? I want it to be 9300. So remove 100 from this one. So 9400. Double click. 9400. Okay, it has affected this again. So Control Z. Sorry, let me redo this again. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Let's look at this wall again. So we drag a vertical wall here. We know that that length is say to be 9300. That's 9300. You get it. So instead of 9300, we use 9400. Yeah, because half of this thickness will enter into this. Then we drag and then ensure that it joins. Yeah. So to make sure of dimension, what do we do? But before that, we are going to have a wall thickness of 100 here. So let me draw the wall, but then change the thickness to, let me drag this one here, 100. This time it's not 200, it's 100. Yes. Okay, so that will be a wall thickness of 100. Okay, so the length of that wall is supposed to be That's 200 plus 2000 plus 100 plus 1000 plus 100. So that's giving us 25,000. So I double click here, then 25,000. I get my wall width, then I drag. So drag and drop here. So I have to make sure that this from here to here is still 9300. So I use the dimension, drag and drop, then I move the buttons in place. Let me zoom in. Okay, so just make sure that it snaps. You get it. It snaps. Okay, so what dimension are we having now? We are having 9250. Okay, so how much is missing? That's and that's 50, right? So then the pattern here that you are noticing is that it always takes half of the width from this wall. So say, for example, this one, the width is 100, right? So 50 was taken away from this wall. So to account for that 50, now instead of making our wall 9400, we make it with 94 and what 50. So to correct that, what do? You have to remove this wall again, move it out, then change it to what 9450. Okay, so I have to move this one a little bit to this side. Then let me move the dimension here. I'll bring it down, then I connect it again. Then I connect this one too. Okay, so when I come here, then check my dimension again. What am I getting? Okay, so you see I have my 9300, then I can move this one in place. Okay, so then we continue from here. I'll extend this one a little bit. Okay, so to extend it, you see this one, the move, you see it's black, but if you want to extend it, make sure it's white. So white will extend it. If I try changing the dimension here, whilst this is connected here, you see it's going to affect this wall. Look it. So if you want to change the dimension, just click here like this, then move it. Make sure it's black. Get it. Then change the dimension here. You see 4300. You get it. Then I move it back to join it here. Now what you realize is that, you see, I use 4300, but then it's going to take this wall thickness is 200. It's going to take 100 from it. If I measure, you see. Let me zoom in to make sure that it snaps right. Okay, so move this one here. Okay, now it has snapped. Okay, so you see what I was talking about. Now I use a wall length of 4300, but then when I measure the internal, it's 4200. So it takes half of the width of the wall that is attached to. So take note of that. Okay, so we are continuing with the floor plan. In case you zoom in like this, and you quickly want to move back in, don't forget these two buttons. This will just quickly, voila. And somebody may be worried that our floor plan will be extending outside the page. It's true, but you just watch. Just watch. You see how all this unfolds. So we continue with our next wall. Our next one. Honestly, this wall, this is not the final length. We'll get back to it. So then we continue. The next wall is having a width of 3000. Okay, so 3000, we drag and drop a vertical wall. Do you get it? And then you see this wall, so we are going to attach this one to this wall, and then there's a similar wall. It's a similar wall as this to the other side, a wall with the same thickness. So what do we do? So we know that when we enter the length of this wall, this width is what? 100. Do you get? So meaning that 50 will be subtracted from this, then the other side 50. So in all 100. So meaning that we have to make it 3100 for it to be what? To be correct. Then I drag and then attach. Do you get? Now I want to add a wall of similar length, the same width. What do I do? Now I want to just drag. So I click on this, hold Control, then drag. You see, I get this, then I can attach it here. Now you see that when I measure from here to here, I get my 3000. You see, so voila, gotten my 3000, as you can see. So my next dimension is another 3000 again, but then this time the wall here is 100. That's 100 mm in thickness, but the one at this other side is 200. So half of 200 is 100, then 50. So I'll have to add what? 150 to the wall that I'll place here. Do you get it? So another quick way, instead of dragging and dropping here, I can just copy this one, hold Control, then move it. You get it? So 3000, instead of 3100, to be what? 8150, 3150. Then I get this. Then you drag, then connect. My next wall here is supposed to be, so you see, as I've extended, as I've crossed the page line, so automatically it has added another page. Let's keep it like that for now. So I need my wall here. I drag my vertical wall. So the length of that wall is supposed to be, first of all, 2000. Supposed to be 2000, but they need to be attached to two different kinds of walls. So the one outside here is 100. Sorry, 200 in thickness. Then the one that will be inside is 100. So 200, half is 100. Then the one here 50. So we'll have to add 150 to this. I double click and make it 2150. Then I attach to this. Yeah, I know it's a little bit confusing and complex, but just it's not complex actually. Just follow me. Just make sure that as you are drawing, you are dimensioning. Do you get it? So that at the end of the day, you get it to scale. Yeah. So this width is supposed to be what? Supposed to be 3000. So I measure and then ensure that it's actually 3000. That's the internal dimension is 3000. Okay, so I have it there. So all that I do is that when I draw a wall, when I attach a wall to this like this, it takes half of this thickness from it. Do you follow? So I've gotten it correct here. And then this wall is supposed to be 2000. But then the wall here is, this wall is supposed to be 2000. But this wall thickness is 200. So it would deduct half of this 200 from it, which is 100. Then I'm going to place a wall here which has a thickness of 100. So half of it is 50. So the 100, the half of the wall here minus the half of the wall here. Do you follow? So I'm going to bring down a draw here, and like I said, that wall is 150, so I have to make sure that the thickness is 100. And then it's supposed to be, no, the internal diameter is supposed to be 3000. Do you get it? So to make sure, because it will be in between this wall and this wall, this is 200, this is 100. So half, 150. So I make this one 3150. 3150. Then drag and drop. You see that it will fall in place. Do you see? So this is a washroom. This is a washroom. Then there's another room. You see, this is not, if it were to be a drafting software, you wouldn't be having much difficulty, but it's fine all the same. It's fine all the same. So we are drawing the walls. The next wall is to be 100, an offset of 1000 from this one. So what do? You can click on this, hold Control, and then move. But then I have to make sure that I have my 1000 here. So when I drag and drop here, now 1000 internal, then I have 100, then I have another 100. So what do? 50-50. So I make this one 100. Then I move it to join here. Before I move this to join this. Okay. So do your dimension. Bring this to this. Okay. Zoom in. Let me see. It's still not snapping right. So move it to this side. Okay, I think now it's okay now. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2000. Okay, this one is left side is not right. Let me see. Oh, no. I'm going to use the decimal place. Okay, so this is the problem. Okay, so now we've gotten it right. So then I change the decimal place to back again to 1. Okay. I don't want to have issues with this, so I go home, and then I lock it, put in the X and Y direction. It shouldn't rotate. Okay, find out. You see, At some point we are going to turn off the wall dimension. To do that, just click on this one, click on the wall, sorry, go to the settings and then hide wall dimension, delete it. When I exit, you see all the wall dimensions will disappear. But now, for now, hey, this one is still there. So settings, hide wall dimensions. Okay, it disappeared. So we are just using the show wall dimension as what? A guide. As a guide for us, so that we can be sure that we are doing the right thing. Now our next dimension is 2000. Same wall thickness, 2000. But we know that this is 2000, right? But in this 2000 is 200, 100. We can copy this one. You see, it's 2150. But then this 2000 is going to be 100. So instead of this one, is going to be, we just take 50 from it. So 2 and 0, 0. Then we join. Do you see? Now the wall adjacent to it is the same. It's similar to this, so we click here, then copy, delete it. But then there's supposed to be a wall here. It's supposed to be a wall here. But before that, let me draw this one. So I attach this to this, then we have our wall. Now I dimension it. Okay, 2000. That's great. I just move it here. Yes, move it here. Before I join this wall, there's a wall in between here. There's a wall here. There's a wall here. Yes, there's a wall here, so I have to change this one. And then the thickness of this wall crossing through is the same 100. And the wall from here to here, it doesn't join this one. It's actually 1900. But this one is 3000. So then what do? We move this wall. Just move it outside. See, so the wall that is joining is joining 200 and then what? 100. So 150. Do you get it? So we'll make the 1900 plus 150. What do we get? 2050. So I double click this, then 2050. This is what I have. Then I bring it back. Take note of the color. Black means you are moving everything, but if you move the white, it will break it into two. Let me demonstrate that to you by first copying it. Now see, okay, the white also moves it. Okay, but in some cases, especially when it's connected, you see that it will divide this into two. That's not what we intend to do, so just note that. So I move it back to its place. It joins. See, so we have a wall here. Then this there's a wall here joining this, then this. Get it? So I copy, hold Control, and I copy. And this wall is supposed to join this. Okay, join it like this. Then I extend. So I move it rather like this. But then okay, so I move it this one, then okay, so I need a wall to join this one. What do? I copy. Great. And I move this one to join this one. Okay. So nicely done. So I have a washroom, in another washroom. Okay. So follow me. So this wall is not supposed to extend. Okay, it's supposed to extend. So we are going to move it down like this. Move it all the way down to the side. So I zoom out, then I extend. You get it? Just follow the straight line to make sure that it's straight. Okay, then I zoom in again. This is a bedroom. This is a bedroom of width. Okay, so this is a bedroom of internal with 4 and 0, 0. You get it? So I just have to make sure that I get 4 and 0, 0. This internal from here to here is 4 and 0, 0 without ruining my wall. Do you get it? Now the wall here is 100 mm in width. You get it? And this one is 200. So meaning that I have to add what 150 to what 4100. So I move this wall out of place. I'll be able to bring it back because of this line. Then I change it to 400 plus what 150. Yeah. So sorry, 4100 plus 150. What do I get? 4250. 4250 is what I get. Then control it. Then I drag and place it back here. Okay, so it's back in place. Then I have to bring a wall to connect it, a wall of width. So I just copy this one. Okay, then I extend it here to here. Okay, now I use my dimensioning to make sure that my dimension is correct. It's supposed to be 4100. Okay, I've gotten it. So 4100. You see, I hope you are getting the concept. Let me re-explain the concept once again. Now, I have this wall that's supposed to give me an internal length of what 4100. What do? I look at the walls that is what is connected to the thickness. So the thickness of this wall is 200. The thickness of this wall is 100. Half of 200 is what? Yes, half of 200 is 100, and half of 100 is 50. 200 plus 50 is 150. So I add that 150 to the internal length that I'm looking for. Do you get it? So when I click on this wall, you see that the length is let me move the dimension so that you can see. Okay, so you see it's actually 4100 plus here is what 50, here is what 100. Okay, sorry, that was for this part. So let me use this one instead. So here is 50, here is 100. So when you so you see 4100, 4100. So the whole thing is that look at the wall. What internal length is it supposed to give you? 4100. Okay, now what walls will it be connected to? What are the thickness? If your walls will all be the same, it will be much easier. You just use half. Do you get it? So if let's say your walls will be 200 throughout. You just use 100 to do it. You get it. So half of 200 is 100. Half of the other 20 is so 200. So you add the 200 to your internal length to enter the actual length of the wall so that you get the correct internal length. I hope you get it. Okay, so let's continue with our wall. Okay, so now when we come here, okay, so we have this, so we have so we have to look at this side because this doesn't extend all the way here. You get it? That is 1300. That's internal. Here, this is 1300. Like I said, if you want to change, make sure you disconnect it first. You get it? And then it will be connected to 200. Do you get it? So 1300 plus 100 plus 100. What do I get? 150. So I use 1500. You get it? Then I connect the 1500. Make sure it's at the tip. Then I need this one. I can just copy this one here. I just need to connect from here to here. So what do? Just move this one here. It connects. Then I make sure it's white. If it's black, it will move the whole thing. So I drag, then it connects. I zoom in, click on this white, drag to this point. Okay. This one is a little bit far. Oh, come on. Okay, so you can leave it like this. Okay, so it's connected now. Okay, so my wall, this wall is not actually supposed to be this thick throughout. Do you get it? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to replicate this wall. Do you get it? Then change this thickness to 200. 200. Okay. Okay, now this one is supposed to be to an extent. Yeah, you see it very soon. So I move this back a little. Just make sure that you're in the line. And this one too supposed to be to an extent. So I move this back a little. Make sure it's straight. Then come and join. So since this one is changing from, you get to mean I will have to redo this one. So instead of, this is 100, right? Sorry, this is 200. This is 200. So I just have to add 50 to this one, making it 1300. 1300. Okay, I have this. Move this to here. Yeah, okay, so they are in line. But then this is supposed to be 6,000 internal width. Are you following? So 6,000 internal width. To change dimension again, like I said, move it out of place. Then 6,000 is connected to a wall of 200 here, another one of 200. So what do? I add 200 to this one. Then I make it 6200. Then I join it again. Do you get it? Then I move this one here. Need to copy. And for that one, it's supposed to be what? 3,000. So 3,000, 200 here, 200 here. So what do? 100. So I add 200. So I make it 3,200 in this length. Then I join it to this one. You get it? Then I copy this one. Hold. Then bring it here. see it. Then I have to join this one, so I copy this one, hold Control, then drag to the side. You see, this part is what is done. Yes, but then I have to extend this part. These two must meet, so make sure it's white. Okay, before I do that, you see, when I extend it, you see it's affecting this one. To control it, I move this one out of place first. Yes, then I can bring it back to the right place because of the end point of this one. So I use the white point, drag it all the way to the top, something like this. Then I bring this back in place. See, it snaps. Then now I join this to this. Yes, I zoom in. Then make sure it's white. Once again, if I move this, it's going to affect this. So what do? I have to move this out of place. Do you get it? Yes. So out of place. Then okay. Then maybe the question will be like, okay, so if you move this out of place, if I drag this one, how do I get back the endpoint? So the safest thing to do is that Control Z. Now it's in place now. What I do is that I just copy this one, hold Control, and I move. Do you get it? Then I can now drag it to join. Do you see? I zoom in, then I bring this down. Okay. So as you can see, gradually we are drawing our floor plan. We are drawing our floor plan. Now there is a wall here. This is a bedroom. There's a wall here, and that wall is supposed to be how do I call it? It's supposed to be 3,000. So here 3,000. So I need to, let me see. Did you get it? So the distance from here to here is supposed to be 3,000. Now, how do I tell, or how do I make sure? What I can do is that I move this one out of place. Okay, this one starts from the end, so I'm going to bring it back. Now let me just remove this one. I'm going to delete this one, then bring this one back. Sorry. So I have this. I want to move 3,000. Do you get it? So what I do is that I copy this one. Do you get it? Then for the 3,000, 200 here, then 100 here. So 100, then 150. So I make it 3150. Voila. Do you get it? Now, means that I have to move this wall by 3150. How do I do it? I can just move this out of place first. Do you get it? Then I bring this one rather there. Yes, now I have my this. Then I have to draw my wall here, which is what, 100. So I'll copy this one, hold Control. Do you get it? Then I extend it to join. You see it? So I have this one. Then the second one too is also the same length, another 3,000. So you copy this one. You get it? And then the same thing. Okay. To make sure that they meet. Okay. So as you can see, we are getting it. Now I have to bring this back in. So what do? I have to reduce this one. Then I move it back in like this. Then I extend this to meet this. Once they meet, I can't use the same thing. So what do? I just copy this one, hold Control, then drag. You get it. I reduce this one. Then I remove. See. Then I move here. Great. So what you do is that, as much as it depends on you, make sure your, how do you call it, like when you are changing the width of another, it doesn't affect the other. I hope you get it. Okay, so we are almost done with the walls of our floor plan. Do you get it? So the next thing is that there is a veranda here. There's a veranda here, but we can leave that for later. Okay, let's just do the veranda. So either I drag here, the width of the veranda from here downwards is 2800. You get it? Because it's only going to be connected to just this one. So 2800, then you add what? 100, which is what? 2900. So double click 2900. Then I move it, I join it here. Yes. So you see, if I measure, I'm actually going to get 2800. If I dimension it, okay, let's make sure that it snaps. Okay, let me change the other side. And then I think okay, that's not right. Okay, so I'm having 2800. I'm not going to use a wall for the veranda, but this is for accurate measurement. So then what do? I can use I'm going to use the pen tool. Do you get it? There are so many shapes you can draw. I can use this one, but when I go to the home tab tool, there are shapes here. And we have the line tool, we have the rectangle over this here too. But I'll use the pen tool for this purpose. To activate it, I click on P. You get it, then I start my drawing. If I want to go straight, just hold Shift. You get it. To snap to this side. You see the blue line that comes? Okay. This line, yes. It means that it's orthogonal, and I click to this side. I click to this side. Let me zoom in. Zoom out. Click to here. Into here. Okay, yeah, I'm done. Okay, so see, I've drawn my shape. The wall is gone because this shape is on top of it. Do you get it? So I have my shape here. I want to remove the wall, so I just click on the wall, then I delete, then I move it back again. You can use the arrow buttons to move items. So this moves back in place. So this is my veranda. This is my veranda, and then this is my floor plan. Now that I'm done with my wall, I have to turn off the dimension. I don't need the dimension again, so click on the wall, then settings, hide wall dimension. You see, so all the wall dimensions are not there anymore. Now, to prevent me from accidentally changing anything, I just select all, then I group it, Control G. See, it forms a group. Now once it forms a group, what happens? Now I can move it without affecting it, so I can now move it into the middle. So far we are done with drawing the floor plan, the wall parts of it. So we'll continue with the other side soon.